Pain at night and pain in the morning. Two classic areas that people get pain and have no idea why it is present. Two patients in the last week with this same phenomena, and I'm going to explain this video what that's down to and how they can and you can perhaps change that experience. Hi, my name's Drew. I'm a physiotherapist and I help patients work out the meaning behind their persistent pain. It is a puzzle that there are many parts to. The physical area, they feel pain, the movements that where the pain manifests, or the circumstances that manifests are only part of the problem. And there's lots of other factors. Once you can illustrate to people that there are other factors, internal and external, thought-based, breathing pattern-based, movement-based, emotionally based, that can influence pain, then it gives people much more scope to change their experience of pain. This is a video about two patients doing really well and doing exactly that, changing the context of the pain. One is when they're back at the gym and they're banging it out, no problem, doing much more than they ever could before, but get pain at night and pain in the morning. And the other one is, again, absolutely fine through the day now, no symptoms through the day, both similar age actually, and that might be relevant in terms of their careers and where they're at, but pain at night, pain in the morning. Now the first person is disturbed at night, and what's important about what happens through the day, and this applies to both really, is quite highly adrenalised jobs. One's running a senior position, senior management position, and the other one's in a medical situation and a high level of responsibility, so a high level of responsibility through the day. So kind of a job where as soon as you put your uniform on, your suit, you're at it, and people are looking to you to lead them in certain circumstances, or patients are looking, or your staff are looking for you to lead. So you have to have a set point that's a little higher, prepared to deal with the stress chemicals and probably like them, probably feel like to not have that level of purpose, to be bored or anxious with that, and both these people acknowledge that. Now that means that 40 hours a week you're at it. Both have activities outside of that work environment that are exciting too. One's running a family, the other one's going to the gym with a family, so stuff that takes energy on top of that, but they enjoy all of these things. But for so long have been in pain, about 3 years for one and 4 years for the other. Both came in the same day actually saying, yeah, I'm doing great, but what about the night time? It's not changed. And the morning. And both of them, they're very comfortable in knowledge, the need to know. The jobs mean the need to know, but it's automated. They can actually deliver quite easily now, but they needed to learn a lot to get to that point. Now, because they feel safe in knowledge, now that they have some knowledge about the process that allays some of their fears now about the pain that thought I had, they couldn't work out, and neither could anybody else. Now we've just got to deal with the frustration, because they feel that once they know, it should work. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to learn French or another language, but because you start to get a lesson or two with some words and pronunciation, I don't know how quick you think you should be speaking fluent in French, but it generally takes 2 or 3 months. If you've ever learned a musical instrument, you might get a few chords, but it takes 2 or 3 months to string sentences together and musical chords and progressions together. If you ever learn how to drive a car, the theory is pretty straightforward, but it takes about 6 to 8 weeks to get comfortable in the car, and for some it's 6 to 8 months. So those things take time, because from the conscious intellect part of your brain, it takes an embodiment of movement, not just, oh, I know how to do it, why is it not working? And once you illustrate that actually they're putting quite a lot of pressure on themselves because they now know, why shouldn't they learn really quick? Well, actually they're in fix-it mode and they're in self-criticism mode, and that's a story from the past. And once they see that, it's like, right, so you're repeating the behaviours that you already got you this far, but you've only been doing it 2 weeks and you've had pain for 4 years. What do you want? That's not a compassionate way to deal with a child who's recovering from trauma, or someone who's recovering from grief, or a relationship. Like, oh, you've had a couple of weeks off now, get back on it. Oh, you broke your arm now, oh, well, get back to work. The body needs time. There's a process to follow, whether you like it or not. Doesn't matter how much you know. It's a process to follow. So let's look at the process for nighttime and morning, when you take the intensity off, the desire to have it brilliant and perfect immediately. So the cues around bedtime, well, the bed's the bed, the partner you sleep with is the partner, the smells in the room of the bedding, or the floral scent, or the colours of the carpet, they're all things that are really fixed. Now, unless you want to kick your partner out of bed and change your mattress and change the colour of the walls, you have to accept that some of those things are going to be constant, but they're not dangerous. Neither is the bed itself, and neither is sleeping. But if it disturbs you at 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock and it does your head in, well, get calm before you go into bed. Otherwise, the anticipation of the pain in sleep will drive the pain in sleep, and it'll then wake you up. And it's the same on waking from pain. It's a prediction of what's to come, and the pain at night is often a payback from very adrenalized days that the person might not be so aware of how much that takes out of them because they've done it for so long. So it's almost a reminder to say we're not quite at the settle point from a nervous system perspective because we need a little longer to process this. And it's our feedback to you, and it's your responsibility to make us feel safe. So it's you and you, right? A conscious you and a subconscious you. The program is based on subconsciously, and you have to consciously feed safe signals into the system until you are doing it subconsciously. And if you've never fed them in for a lifetime, and these people are in, I'd say mid-40s, I think, then you've got to learn to feel safe in adrenaline, but to feel safe in serotonin, So safety is allowed both ways. If you only ever known one way, well, you've got to learn anew if you're committed to the process. So you take the cues of the bedroom, and what I suggested is, why don't you go and lay on the bed if you lay on your left side, but you lay there at 5 o'clock after tea or before tea, and just lay there and say, this is safe, I'm safe, I'm healthy and strong, there's nothing serious wrong with me, this position's okay. And you go through a breathing process, so you're actually taking your body into the position of threat, perceived threat, where there is no threat. Maybe not with all the cues present because you haven't quite got the fatigue at the end of the day where you need your sleep. You haven't got the lightings the same. And these cues, the brain's looking out for the perfect match again to trip the switch. And once it's metabolized the adrenaline of the day, it'll wake you up at 1 or 3 or 5, depending on how long it takes before it's done its thing. And it feeds back with a sensitivity that says, lads, lasses, as soon as they move again, get the pain out. Because we've just been sorting all the adrenaline out of the day. We've told them we're not quite settled yet. They're still hitting it hard. They're not calm enough. Feed them back. And once you see it as a feedback loop, yes, it's annoying to be woke up and to disturbing to wake with pain. But if your reaction in those moments can be calm, after the event or before the event or in the presence of pain, then you'll start to change the reaction. If you find that too hard, you do it before. You do it before the event, and you set up some of the cues. You take your body there, you take your breath there, you take your mind to that point. And it doesn't matter how daft it sounds. How bad do you want to change the pain? You've got to show your body, just like you're learning French, playing music, learning to drive the car, getting good at things, and you've got good at lots in your life, and the accreditations you've got on the jobs you've got are proof of that, and they attest to it. But you've got there through drilling yourself really hard, and it comes natural. And now you have a challenge that you have to learn how to guide yourself there slowly. And that's not easy when you're not used to it. But what a journey. What a gentle journey of discovery of yourself, of a new part of your mind and a part of your body, and feelings you might not have felt in the way you felt them. But believe me, it is liberating. And I'm looking forward to following up both of these people to see and hear them have a real nice night's sleep and waking up with a spring in the step and not the pain. Let's see what happens and see if you can apply that same mechanism in your circumstances too.